That's the Castle Test Series. South Africa are behind. They are 1-0 down with just 2 to play. Shivnarine Chanderpaul's on 64 and is out there with Darren Powell on not out. The West Indies 240 for 8. And take you back to yesterday. The West Indies won the toss and decided that they would bat first. Much has been made of the outfield. Rightly so as well, because it's been tough to get value for shots. Batsmen like to see the ball go out to the boundary and go for 4 when they've played a good cover drive. It wasn't the case all the time yesterday. So that 240, some have said is worth 260. Some have said is worth 300. It's debatable. As it turns out, it's 240 for 8. And Andre Nel is going to begin proceedings. It's a good morning also to Jeffrey Boycott alongside me.
Morning, everybody. Well, my view was just the same as at golf. Don't get ahead of yourself. Keep it simple. Polish off the tail enders this morning and get your openers into bat. And just say to them quite simply, forget about what the outfield's like. Let's have better batting than what we dished up at Port Elizabeth. Because if we don't bat better, we won't win the Test match.
Simple and straightforward, to the point. And that's how you've got to look at it. That's how Jeffrey Boycott looked at it when he played. That's one. One of the 2 they need to get. West Indies 241 for 9.
Oh, lovely. That's what opening batsmen like. They will like their bowlers to polish off the tail. They don't want to be hanging around. It's a great skill to polish off tail enders. And their wicket counts 1, just like the best batsman. But get him out. Simple. Thank you very much. Straightforward. Good catcher he is. Callis, good hands. Oh, 241 for 9. To think Fidel Edwards at 11, Powell at 10, their wickets count 1, just like George Headley's, or Sobers, or Vivian Richards. Come on, bowlers. This is your chance to get cheap wickets. Get in there.
Misdirected. It's the end of the over, though. The first over of day 2. 241 for 9.
You get a chance to bowl 1 ball at number 11 and you can't bowl it straight. Daft is that? Huh?
Yeah, that's the wicket. That was right where he wanted it, Andre Nel. He pitched it on the length, and Darren Powell looking to just block it back, but did enough to outfox him. And Andre Nel, ecstatic. Shivnarine Chanderpaul is not out. 65 is still out there. He's got just Fidel Edwards as a partner in this over. It would not be a surprise to see him try and take it on. He'll also be thinking, well, I've got to try and play myself in. Doesn't have the time, because at any moment Makayantini or Andre Nel could remove Fidel Edwards. That would be the plan for the South Africans. A couple of balls at him and that's him. We're back in the change room batting. That wind, you can see it as Makayantini runs into bowl. And he's having to fight against it. Doesn't carry. They'll go for 2 here because there's just a couple of balls to go in the over. Here's a look at this again. It's a good edge. And Neil McKenzie expects that to bounce a bit higher. He'll be upset with himself, that's for sure. He's given away a couple of runs. That's gone. I said job done by Makayantini. Now job done by South Africa. They've bowled the West Indies out for 243 in their first innings. This is the last one.
Yeah, good effort, Andre Nell. It's straight, that one. You see, he nicks it. The others have been leg cutters, and they've just been too good for him. Bowl it straight. Yeah. Good job done by the bowlers. 15 minutes or so. The openers will be absolutely thrilled with that. They've got ready this morning to bat, and they've only been out there 15 minutes. That's a perfect end from South Africa's point of view. Fidel Edwards out for 243. That's a good score. I was saying yesterday, 200 to 250. I think you're in the game to win now. So we really want to be saying in the dressing room, do not mess it up, you batsmen. Bowlers have done their job, and the catchers.
Let's look at the card. The West Indies won the toss, decided to bat first yesterday, and 46 for Gale. The top of the innings found it difficult to score. Ganga gone pretty quickly. He was in partnership with Runako Morton, who got 23. Then Marlon Samuels came to the wicket and batted rather nicely. A patient innings by him. Also by Shiv Narayan Chanderpaul, who once again is not out at the end of a West Indian innings. He got 65. The bowlers, well, they'll be happy with their work, particularly in comparison to what happened in Port Elizabeth. 4 for 60, 2 for 63, and 3 for 61. In the end, 243 all out. There's Graham Smith. He's out there to open the batting for South Africa. He's had a pretty good career. He's in his 60th Test match. He averages 45, 1200s and 1850s. But just of late, it's not been going too well. Graham Smith would love to get 100 here. He's got a new opening partner. It is Neil McKenzie. Neil McKenzie has opened the batting a few times. His average is 33. He's played 42 Test matches. Opening the batting, 54 runs at 9. And that was pretty much right at the start of his Test career. All other times he does not open the batting. He's in pretty good form, and so that is why he has been brought into the side. Now, the reason I bring that up, well, he replaces Herschel Gibbs. Important to mention him. He's had a struggle in the last little while. His average has been 26.5. He hasn't scored 100 in about 3 years, since 2005. So South African management, selectors felt there was need for a change at the top of that order, and the change they came up with was Neil McKenzie. Now, not being an opening batsman, being number 3, number 4, I'm sure would have been discussed. McKenzie has scored a lot of runs in domestic cricket and has been knocking on the door pretty much for a couple of seasons, maybe even more. And this is his opportunity. The discussion, though, would be if a batsman is a number 3 or number 4 and is good enough to get runs at number 3 and number 4, will he necessarily be able to deal with the pressures and the difficulties of the new ball up top, opening the innings against that new ball? And no one better to answer it than Jeffrey Boycott, having faced the new ball for a long time. It's a good shot down the ground. And just a couple.
Well, I think it's important for McKenzie. I hope somebody's told him that he's got these 2 matches, this one and the next. I don't think it's fair to bring somebody in just for 1 Test match. Back-to-back tests, he needs to be told before he plays that he's got 2 Test matches. After that, we'll reassess it. And it's what goes on in the mind, that's what's important. I mean, you know, you can be batting 3 and in quickly. Oh dear, he's away. His favourite onside shot, short of a length. It's slow, this pitch, so it should give him lots of opportunity and time to play one of those favourite pull shots. 3 runs for that.
Yeah, South Africa will now feel the wrath of the outfield. The ball just slows down a whole heap. The West Indies had to deal with it. South Africa will deal with it, no doubt. Continue your point.
Yeah, opening the batting, it's a psychological thing. I mean, if you batted number 3, there are times when you're in pretty quickly. The opener's out in the first over, so you're still facing the new ball, still facing the bowlers fresh. And I point to Rahul Dravid, who's now opening in Australia, but he's done it before and hated it. He's privately and publicly said so, and yet he's gone in many times when they've lost an early wicket. So Mackenzie, really, it's not about his technique or his ability. He's done all that batting for his province. It's a mental game.
Well, you said he was good with the short ball, and he's put that one away. Not even this slow outfield is going to stop that one.
Yeah, he loves them in that area. He hooks very well. He's always in control of that hook shot. Hit this one beautifully. His timing was superb.
Gets on top of that and rolls the wrists. Didn't appear to hit it very hard, but timed it perfectly.
There, not good.
Talking of hamstrings, I hear that Dale Steyn has strained a hamstring. That's why he wasn't on the field this morning when the South Africans came out. It looks as if they might call the drinks on while trying to get a chance to have a look at him. Some of the talk is that it's the heavy outfield isn't helping.
Well, Jaggers, he's not the only one. Some of the fielders as well. When I spoke to the boys this morning.
South Africa then 30 without loss. Drink something of the past. If you're wondering why it was a funny drinks break time-wise, because it's normally after the first hour's play, obviously there was a change in innings, so they had to adjust and they split the time remaining in half from when the West Indies innings finished. Now, Fidel Edwards is not going to complete the over, so the injury is reasonably substantial. It's going to be Marlon Samuels who will bowl just one ball to complete this over. Marlon the Iceman.
We were talking about it just before the drinks break, about the South African players saying that a lot of their legs are feeling sore and stiff. This outfield, I tell you, is like a sponge. It's that thick. Nice short over. Over is complete. 30 for none. And you just tell there when a bowler does that, he's in trouble. Now, he's only been out there not very long, to be honest. This was the attempt of trying to bowl this delivery, and then just, no, it's not going to happen. So problems for the West Indies as well.
Oh, that's close. That is close. Just a bit high, maybe. Ooh, careful, Neil.
Now, just did he get also, I think the height is probably the issue, and did he get outside the line of off stump? It was going over.
Danger is that he's not playing at this. Therefore, wherever he is, if the ball's hitting the stumps and it hasn't pitched outside leg, he can be out. Fortunately, it was too high. He's got that through the covers and busting a gut to make two. It's broken a bit of a deadlock. It's 32 now without loss.
That's unbelievable. You know, this was the wondrous. There's that decision again, not playing a shot, but that's always the danger of not playing a shot. Pulled away, and that will go for 4. He has got everything of that on the middle of the bat. Great shot.
Certainly was. Beautifully executed. Powell just dropping the ball just a little bit short. Didn't get up all that high. He's hit this around about waist high, I would guess. A little bit more, maybe. A little higher than the waist. Back with a square. Roll the wrists. Ball goes straight down. Good stroke, Graham Smith. And those of you who are wondering who Tony Hoffman is, he's a cricket cameraman and one of the best in the business. Works all around the world. Another guy from all over the world is just about to move into the commentary box. Geoffrey Dujon, the former West Indian wicketkeeper batsman. And with him is Pomin Bagwa.
Yeah, and greeted by a lovely shot from Neil Mackenzie. It's kept the fielders interested. They've done a good job in ensuring it doesn't get to the boundary, with a little help from the outfield, it's got to be said. Here's a look at the shot again. Didn't get all of it, but would have expected it would get to the boundary for 4. Here's the fielding. It's Runako Morton, that putting in the effort, and Dwayne Bravo following up. I'll be quite happy with this start. South Africa 40 for none. Gone. Good delivery. Pitched up. Mackenzie drawn forward, and the outside edge found.
Well, when you keep it in the channel, sooner or later something is going to happen. Good delivery from Jerome Taylor. The scale, fortunately not having to move too much, accepts that outside edge. So South Africa lose their first wicket. Neil Mackenzie goes for 23. It's 46 for 1.
He's got an applause from the crowd, a big applause actually. Neil Mackenzie on his way out. For me, that's just an appreciation of the supporters, of what has been happening in the side, and as far as opening partnerships are concerned, and the difficulty that the Proteas are having, and ensuring that they get off to a good start. So an astute crowd, one would have to say. Not too many runs against the West Indians in Port Elizabeth, but like to draw on his form for the season. Got some runs in Pakistan, got a 70 there, and then got a couple of hundreds against New Zealand. And this ground is a favourite for him.
Well, he's a pretty bottom-handed player, strong on the onside. Picks the bat up with the right hand. And this is the dismissal of Neil Mackenzie. Lovely seam orientation. Just did a little bit, Mackenzie nudging at it. You've been keeping it in the channel, Jerome Taylor, and that's the reward you get.
Oh, close. It was in the air. Would have been a super catch by Gully had it been taken. And the West Indies would have been happy to take Hashim Amla into the change room at lunch. Not quite close enough. And that boundary brings up the 50 as well. And South Africa now 52 for 1.
Too much width, cut away to the boundary. Don't know how much you've seen of Hashim Amla of late. Jeffrey is also very strong on his legs. If he has a vulnerable area, it's if you pitch it up to him, taking a ball away from him. But if you bowl straight to him, he can be he hits the ball well.
Well, the bowlers shouldn't be bowling straight then, should they? They're the loose balls. He's got a lovely 4 there. He's waited for it, let it come. A little later he's played that. So he's played it behind square using the pace of the ball. The other one, his eyes lit up when he saw it short, and he went after it quick and just beat it into the deck. And here, it just uses the pace. It's all you have to do. When it gets to the boundary, you know, doesn't matter if it goes quickly or trickles over, you only get 4. What you got to make sure is it gets to the boundary. Bowl. No, I don't need to worry about anything else because that's out. That's an absolute corker of a delivery. Just going across him, moving away. Well bowled.
Excellent delivery and the perfect line to bowl to Graham Smith. We've been talking about it, that 4th stump channel, outside off stump, the ball going across him. That's where he finds it difficult. Good catch as well by Ramden. End of Graham Smith. He'll be disappointed. South Africa lose their 2nd wicket, 61 for 2. Jacques Kallis walks to the wicket with South Africa under pressure once again. How often has that happened in this man's career, and how often has he responded? He has been phenomenal. The West Indies will know that if they can dismiss Kallis early, they're right in this test match. He's a man after the purest heart, isn't he? His concentration, shot selection, the way he plays. Just another look at this dismissal.
Yeah, his footwork is poor there. He's a long way from the ball. The bat's a long way from the body. If you look, you see the back foot goes after he's nicked it. The back foot should have gone over to get him closer to the ball. Yep, see, he just falls after he nicks it. But when he plays it, his back foot is anchored. He's playing away from his body, and I think that's one of the problems with Graham. His footwork could improve.
Oh, that's a bonus. I think that should be wides. Keeper had no chance there, but 4 byes it is, and it's 77 for 2.
Well, this was shorter than short and very badly directed from Darren Powell. And there he goes again. Not sure if that's where he wants that ball to go, but there's a reason why. Watch how far ahead his hands get. Way out in front of his head. The face of the bat just opens. There he's making contact way in front of his eyes. Face of the bat opens as he has to extend his bottom hand.
Kallis launches this backward of square with immense power.
Well, he was just waiting for something loose, Jack Kallis. Frees those arms and doesn't even bother to keep that down. Hits it like a rocket. Short and wide. That's what he was waiting for.
Powell said, okay, you want to have another go? Maybe you'll nick it. Speculate to accumulate.
Well, it didn't miss the edge by much.
Nicely controlled. That will go away for 4. Very good shot. Didn't try and hit this. He just got on top of the ball, just helped it along.
He's proficient at playing most shots, Jacques Kallis, and is well aware of what he's doing there. Knows where the fielders are. There are 2 men back. Also knows if he gets it fine, he gets 4. No trouble in getting the ball to the boundary when you play the horizontal bat shots, particularly the hook. Oh, close. Went very quickly. Oh, good work done, but in vain. He put the dive in, got hand on it, flicked it up, and then couldn't quite get to it. The 4 brings up the 100. 103 for 2 now.
Nicely controlled by Jacques Kallis. It was fairly close to him. Did well to get it down, but the fielder at gully had a long way to dive. And here as well, just couldn't get a second grab for it to roll into the boundary.
Well played that. It's brilliantly done. 112 for 2. .51. The partnership between Jacques Kallis and Hashim Amla. They go well together.
Out, beautifully bowled. Real little tickle at that. He wasn't very decisive at that. That's a big wicket for West Indies. Just felt for it. A little tentative, wasn't he, outside of stump. I'm quite sure of whether he should be playing or not.
Just reward for a wonderful spell of bowling from Bravo. He's found the outside of Hashim Amla's bat on regular occasions. It's flown through the gully area. And then just a little nick, as you saw there. Kallis very tentative with a stroke. Not sure whether he wanted to be playing at it or not. He's gone for an outstanding 36, but he's gone, and that's what the West Indies are so excited about. The man who could dominate them has got his back to them now, disappearing up the steps.
Well, the game's still set up nicely with Ashwell Prince coming in, because 120 for 3, your best player out back in the pavilion, means South Africa haven't got away. So there's an opportunity here for West Indies. They've got 1 wicket. They've got to think like South Africa did when they were bowling. You get 1, you get 2.
Exactly what Alan Donald was saying towards the end of his commentary. Always add. There it is. Yeah, a little tentative nudge, wasn't it?
Well, Ravi Shastri, my friend, he says it's like a little tentative poke, isn't it? Sort of thing. He didn't quite get his foot across. He's away from his body, and it's beautifully bowled. He's got him feeling for it.
Going to bowl him down the other end, change ends. It was in the air for a heart-stopping second or 2.
Well, this was a funny old shot, wasn't it? It was a really wide ball. He felt for it. He could hardly reach it. He nearly spooned it to cover. Now, that would have been a magic bowling change for Chris Gale, the captain. I've seen him bowl quite a bit, Marlon Samuels, years ago. He's had quite a bit of knee trouble, and he looks to like his batting, as if he could bowl well, but like his batting, he's sort of faded away, not quite lived up to it. Seems to have lots of natural talent, this lad. He's got to start harnessing it very quickly, because time's running out.
Three gullies now. Just 1 slip. trying everything. Who's that lad who played for Northampton, left-handed? Always managed to get the ball through the gully area. Played at the same time as we did. Oh, that's close. That is out. What a breakthrough from Bravo. One wicket falls, another one often goes with it. The words of Alan Donald, and now it's happened.
Well, it was beautifully bowled. It just angles in, almost just swerves a little in the air, then keeps going. He beats his footwork. He gets his feet just in a little bit of a tangle. Oh, he's a good cricketer, this Bravo. Well, his footwork, he's just not quite there. See it nip back. No, I think that's out. It looked, soon as it hit him, it was worth a really good shout. Pitches outside, nips back. He's working it a bit to leg when maybe a little straighter, but full credit to the bowler there. He's fully earned that with a very good spell. Now, 123 for 4, South Africa.
One of the easier decisions that umpire Taufel, Simon Taufel, will have to make. There's no height involved. Hit him on the shin bone, and all it's going to do is hit middle. Just a little bit of swing in, a little bit of reverse swing. Starts to get outside the line, then drags, in order to try and get the bat at the ball, drags his leg back into line. Not a difficult decision to make. Smith 28, Mackenzie 23, Amler 32, Cullis 36. Everyone getting a start, not one of them going on.
Get him down there.
Well, we always say 20s and 30s don't win test matches, no matter how nice they are, how pretty. So these two have got to knuckle down. They've got to get that score up to about 200. It doesn't matter at the moment whether you're in good form or not. It's a little bit about handling the situation. It's about character, the test of your determination, your adaptability. This is not a moment for South African batsmen to be flashy. It's a moment for getting the head down. It might be some gritty cricket from here until tea and afterwards for an hour or two. They need some runs on the board now. Doesn't matter how they come. Because on the other side, West Indies know they have a chance here. 123 for 4. They can squeeze the pressure. You don't feel that these two South African batsmen are going to take the game away from them. So they will feel they can exert control over the game.
And with that having happened, he just needed one to go straight, which it did. Prince gets 4. Didn't seem to have got all of that, but it rolled all the way to the boundary.
Struck it well enough, and that area probably didn't slow the ball down very much, that area just behind the stumps, because that's where the bowlers have been running all day.
He's gone now. Just a little edge. He's probed and probed just outside that off stump, and he's bowled fantastically well. Dwayne Bravo once again gets him to play. You can see it from that replay. Straightens just a touch and bounces as well. The simplest of catches to the wicket keeper, Dinesh Ramdin. De Villiers gone for 2. 131 for 5. He's described as a fighter, Mark Thatcher. Nuggety cricketer and happy for a scrap. He'll need to stay at the wicket here. 426 50s. This is why he's out there. It's a Good ball. You may look and say, well, why is he playing a defensive shot outside there? It just looks like it's coming back and doesn't. That's why Abby de Villiers feels he should play at it. Look at the celebration. A reward for lots of hard work done.
Well, he's picked up his 3rd wicket, Dwayne Bravo.
It's nicely played. Good timing. That gets to the boundary. It's exquisite timing. It does, and is. And it's 140 for 5.
He's holding his knee. Jerome Taylor looks like he's getting a compression bandage over that knee. Now that's the last thing the West Indies need.
I've got the definition. It says here that a bowler shall be limited to 2 fast short pitch deliveries per over. You can bowl 6 slow ones. Oh, no, okay, that is so. A fast short pitch delivery is defined as a ball which passes or would have passed above the shoulder height of the striker standing upright in the crease. So maybe umpire Tiffin didn't feel that they were high enough, although they were body bruising, they weren't quite high enough. There goes that stocking.
Yeah, he was not happy in that previous over. Just here, starting to feel what is going on there. Full delivery, punch down the ground, and I think that will be 4. There's no chance of stopping that. Beautiful shot, over pitch by Dwayne Bravo. One of the rare bad balls he's bowled.
Bowling his 24th over on the trot, other than genuine intervals. Going to make a mistake sometime. It's a question of whether the batsman capitalises, and Boucher did. Had a good stroke, but this time not so fruitful. 147 for 5. Brenton Parchment, the substitute.
That's the man next in. Harris. Sean Pollock sitting right there, top corner.
Hit that pretty well, but it's already slowing up. Look at that. Gonna get 3.
Well, I suppose you can say it's pretty ridiculous if you don't get 4 for that. That deserved to be slapped away. Short. Had ample time to get himself into a position to hit that anywhere. Get 3.
Excellent shot. Good shot. Surely that'll go for 4. Well played. Not sure that's the smartest delivery on this slow pitch, especially when the ball's as old as this one is. 67, 68 over. I mean, pick your moment. Just sat up, didn't it? To fetch it a long way, that's why it was a good shot. But when you've got lots of time, you have a chance of getting around it and fetching it.
So it's not through them being defensive that the overrate is, or the scoring rate is what it is. And it's just got past the fielder. Valiant dive and a bit of a smile, but it's 4 more to Boucher. It's a good shot. It's about the longest part of the ground, that.
Struck this firmly, Mark Boucher. Shivnaran Chanderpaul, despairing dive. Couldn't quite get to that one. Well, they've showed good commitment in the field, the West Indies. They've fielded very competently. And this is in the air, but it's into that vacant area. Straightish mid-wicket. Just came down the wicket and got under it, Boucher, and whipped it away. That gets him 4 runs.
This is good cricket from the South African wicketkeeper. He's taking it to these 2 slow bowlers, not allowing them to just bowl at him, and changes the field just a little bit. Still 3 round the bat though. He's good little bit of cricket this from the South African.
Oh, yeah.
And it's well bowled by Samuels. 174 for 5. Oh, it's gone very quickly. Wouldn't put it down as a chance. Didn't get a hand on it, really. Good running from Boucher. Gets back for a 3rd. A good over for South Africa. 181 for 5.
Oh, this one came off the edge really quick. Chris Gayle is a big man. Hard for him to get down that fast, especially carrying that injury. Those runs bring up the 50 partnership between Mark Boucher and Ashwell Prince.
Boucher's contribution 24. He's hit that very hard indeed. Excellent stroke.
Well, he's bowled a lot of short balls today, Darren Powell. Hasn't seemed to learn his lesson. When it's short, it comes up with no pace.
Pulled away again, 4 more. He's just been a little too short all day, Powell. Something that Jeffrey Dujon's commented on air and off air.
There's just no pace in the middle of this pitch. Got to keep the ball up to the bat. And he's seen examples of that, Darren Powell. He's seen Dwayne Bravo bowl. He's seen how successful he's been keeping the ball up to the bat around off stump, and he's insisted on banging it down in the middle of the wicket.
Now then, Jeffrey, what do you know about this? This is from Mike Denny, who would like one of our West Indian visitors, if he can, to confirm this. The tradition of the umpires lifting the bails at the end of a session of play or at the end of an innings came about as the result of the following. Early in the previous century, and I'm not suggesting that you were around it, but I know you're a student of the game. Early in the previous century, England played a test match in Jamaica. They brought a new set of stumps and bails over with them for the occasion. How very sweet. Just so that if they, if they wanted to, they could just take their stumps and go home. The bails were left in place during the lunch break, and the hot Jamaican sun melted the varnish. During the afternoon session, a batsman was bowled but could not be given out because the bails effectively were glued in place. This gentleman remembers reading about this years ago, but everyone that he's ever mentioned it to remains a little skeptical. Have you heard that story?
I have heard that story, and it was actually related to me by a former test cricketer, former president of the West Indies Cricket Board. Used to open for the West Indies, opened with Jeffrey Stallmeyer, Alan Ray, who I'm sure, the late Alan Ray, who I'm sure you know as well.
There you go, Mike. You can tell all your skeptical friends that they must believe you when you tell them these things.
Oh, got there. Shivnarine Chandapol and couldn't prevent the boundary. It's a good shot from Boucher. Brings up the 200 as well.
Well, they just sat up nicely, not too quick. Okay, the fielder was a bit unlucky. But I think you've got to get the new ball. If you're going to bowl him to take the new ball, you've got to take it. And I think they are doing now. You just got to. You've just seen the umpire toss it to him. Yep, there it is. You've got to make it zip through. The captain wants a wicket. Gets two, it's a big bonus. But he wants this new ball to do some damage. If he can't do it in 5 overs, he's still got it tomorrow morning. Deficit is 42 now.
That's a good shot.
Shot, boy. That's a cracker. That's one of the best today. The harder new ball just races off, and 50 for him. Well played, young man. I said it's been an innings of character. When he's finished his test match career, this probably so far won't go down as one of his best remembered, but it might be one of the most important for South Africa.
Yeah, his teammates will certainly appreciate it, particularly because of the position when he walked out to the wicket that the team were in. That's his 7th 50. And he's got 600s as well. Second one against the West Indies. Big shout.
Not out. Not out, says Dickie Bird. Can't give that out.
Oh, yeah, you're a batter. Definitely a batter. There's not much that is out for most batters. Why is that not out then, Jeff? Why is that not out? Tell me.
Couldn't be sure it was going to hit the stumps. Got it nicely forward, got a nice stride in. I got to be sure it's going to hit. Oh, that's a bad shot. That is a bad shot. We're giving you the praise for a cracker of a back foot drive. And South Africa and you, Mr. Prince, do not need this at this time of the evening with a new ball. Look at it, it's a bit wide. It just encouraged him into the drive. Beautifully bowled with a new ball. Get it up there. He just got 50. He's happy, delighted. He teased him. The bait was out and he went after it. He was suckered into it. Stay in, young man. There's only 3 overs to go. The new ball's there. That's why they take the new ball in Test cricket, because it does a little bit more. It usually gets wickets. It's a bit more difficult. So turn it round and say, right, I've done the hard work. I've got 3 overs or so. Just hang in there. Start again tomorrow.
He's got it away. But just how much of that did he get? Enough, I guess. 4 runs.
Well, on the 4th ball of the last over of the day, if you don't get out, it's a great shot. If you get out, it's stupid. Doesn't matter, it's 4.
Bowler sent the man back. There's 2 balls to go. Not that time. Not again. Not with the men out there. Not with just 1 more to come after that. Ready for the last ball. Misdirected. He's looking for the Yorker. Nashwell Prince remains not out, is on 55, and Boucher on 35. It's been a pretty hard and testing day of cricket for the bowlers and also for the batsmen. 218 for 5 South Africa in their first innings, having been rocked a touch by Taylor and Bravo. And will feel happier after the efforts of those 2 men, Prince and Boucher, and will rest easier overnight.
Well, it's finely balanced. It was a good effort there at the end by Boucher. Not out 35, and Prince, I thought he showed a lot of character. He pulled the short balls, waited for them, didn't play him too many shots to remember, but he's got runs, and that's what matters. Good effort too by the bowlers with Edwards off, but Powell, Taylor and particularly Bravo were exceptional. He was an exceptional, but I've seen him bowl before and bat, and he is a very talented cricketer. He gave a big effort there today for West Indies, so both sides are in the game. Difficult to pick a winner yet.
They say the 3rd day is a pivotal day in a test match, and tomorrow certainly will show us or make things a little clearer on who's ahead. 243 first innings for the West Indies, 65 to Chandapal, 218 for 5 for South Africa. Not done yet at the end of day 2.
This test match is shaping up to go all the way to day 5, with the West Indies still leading by 25 runs. Make sure to join us here for day 3 at 10 o'clock on SABC3.